boundaries so he allowed other people to come into our relationship.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to the Real and Relatable podcast. My name is Cash.
I'm AJ.
I'm Ma.
And today we're really excited to have you. Ladies, I was thinking earlier about dating and picking partners. And I was thinking about basically like how you're raised up and mommy and daddy issues, because I saw a reel that kind of made fun of it about how a man was having a hard time because he was such a mommy's boy.
Oh.
So I wanted to go over a couple of things, and we have seen the term mommy and daddy issues, and we have seen anxious attachment and other types of attachments.
Correct.
In social media, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, quite often these days, it is a buzzword.
Yeah.
So I want to read a couple of things for you. And I want to talk about anxious attachment styles and mommy and daddy issues in dating. And basically understand ourselves and how the way we're raised up with our mother, with our father, our family, what we're seeing them go through or not seeing them exhibit, how it impacts us. So do I tend to date somebody who's like my father, or do I completely avoid it because that's how I'm programmed? And anybody who acts like him or anything like that, deters me. So a couple of things. First type of attachment is anxious attachment style. So anxious attachment is someone who is characterized by feelings of insecurity in a close relationship, often devaluing themselves or overvaluing the other person. Some signs of this might be like someone who wants to be in touch 24 hours, 24/7. A person with an anxious attachment styles, they say, may constantly text their loved ones and anxiously wait for a reply.
So clingy, kind of clingy people.
A little bit clingy.
Okay.
And then when the reply doesn't immediately come, they will either text again or may dissolve into a total funk.
Yeah.
So, So I'm reflecting as I'm reading this. Okay, the next one is avoidant attachment. A person with an avoidant attachment style will want and need a loving connection with another person, but will not trust that this person won't hurt or reject them. So they oftentimes won't share deep feelings or vulnerability, or may pull away when the other person gets too close. Some key signs of this is if you have an avoidant attachment style, you might pride yourself on being strong or on your own, very independent, right? These folks are often independent in relationships and be quite detached.
Sounds like mommy issues.
Perhaps.
Most men have avoidant issues. Yeah. Okay,
and some women too.
Yeah.
Who might be overly independent. The next type of attachment is disorganized attachment. So this disorganized attachment is a combination of somebody who is anxious and avoidant. This person will exhibit strong emotions of needing and then rejecting. And this type of attachment is marked by being afraid that the other person will leave. So they'll often leave first.
Yeah. So, but then there's that push and pull in the relationship,
Yes,
right?
there is that push and pull. Some signs of this is if people stay in relationships, they tend to run hot and cold.
Yes.
There might be a lot of emotional dysregulation, ups and downs, far, close. It could be very confusing for the other person in the relationship. Not sure if any of you have ever experienced this or been this person. And if you have this style, you do want a relationship, but you struggle with trust. You're afraid of being rejected, and you may keep a partner at arm's length in an attempt to be self-protective, okay? Secure attachment is our last one. Secure attachment is considered the healthiest form of attachment, right? These people are people who are comfortable expressing emotions in a relationship, are comfortable with closeness, are not fearful within a relationship. They experience a sense of missing a partner if they say maybe they go on a trip, but they don't experience panic or fear, or consider it abandonment. They're capable of being in a relationship that are characterized by mutual regard and reciprocity. They don't need a relationship to feel complete necessarily.
Okay.
So some key signs if you have a secure attachment style is you give your partner affection and space. A person with a secure attachment style will connect deeply with another person, freely expressing deep feelings and vulnerability. They will not be overly dependent nor independent. So, obviously it sounds like the healthiest one. All right. So ladies, for yourselves, what do you identify with the most? Anxious, avoidant, disorganized, a mixture of both, or pretty secure, pretty healthy?
I think I've been working towards healthy, secure attachment. So I would have
laughing.
I'm glad you're working.
I am freaking secure. Okay.
But I think it helps. I think your partner helps you with that too.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, if, let's say, for instance, we're talking about the mommy and daddy issues, right? So we're talking about like our parents and how they raised us, right?
Yes.
So secure attachment usually comes with like parents who are also very secure and are actually there for you during your most like neglected times or the times that you felt like you were being abandoned.
Yeah.
And they came right back and they kind of took care of you, right? So you kind of then learned that like them disappearing for a little bit didn't mean that they abandoned you. They'll come right back. So you start to build a secure environment for yourself, right? So I think that with my experience, it took time for me to probably get to the secure spot because my parents, even though they worked, they were immigrant parents, right? So there were times when they couldn't always reach all of my attention, try to get all my attention, right? So I would think that they were busy parents working 2 jobs. They were immigrant families that couldn't really cater to me probably. But I think through relationships, as I got older, I realized what type of attachments I was having, and I tried working towards more secure attachment. But I have been through
all of the above.
I think all of those attachments, you know.
Okay.
I think any girl in a relationship or is dating have been through all of them.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Unless it's like certain people who've had like mommy or daddy issues, right?
Yeah.
And they definitely will have one existing type of attachment that lingers longer.
But sometimes when you have issues, mommy and daddy issues, you can also fall into a trap or a trend of tending to pick the same kind of girls if you're a man, or tending to pick the same kind of men if you're a girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's why they say some women, they always pick unavailable men, emotionally unavailable, or some women always go for married men or men with a girlfriend already, and they're always the other woman. Why is that? They say it's a coincidence, but is it really?
No, I think it is your attachment. Like, that might be like a daddy issue, right? Like, so, or that might be an issue that your dad or your mom, your caregiver wasn't able to be available for you. So then you just kind of expect that there's unavailability relationships.
Yeah.
You know, because you've kind of brought up with that. Or B, you know, you've never really had secure, healthy relationships. And if you did, that scared you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like you skirted away from that.
Yeah.
So you feel comfort in the unavailability.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, so that's why they date married women?
Yeah, men. Because then the married man is never going to ask you to
marry him.
Well, yeah, marry him, but then go deep.
But then they
and be
seek
intimate.
that. The girl seeks that.
Yeah, because that's part of the avoidant attachment, right? Is that they still want connection, but they feel safer
At arm's length.
At arm's length. So a man who's just wanting to have an affair or who's unavailable, that's going to look good for you, you know, because you're going to want a man that doesn't test you and expect anything from you. So you don't have to give. Because once you start giving, then that's where your vulnerability lays, right? Because then you're giving emotions, you're giving time, you're giving space for them. And that's where it gets kind of scary, you know?
But the dangers of that is, what if they find themselves attached and then they want more? Does that ever happen?
It always happens.
Yeah. Hello. Okay. Especially after sex.
Suddenly, when are you going to leave your wife?
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know. Okay, so you're saying you're healthy.
Yeah, I think I'm secure.
Okay.
So you went from crazy to healthy. I'm so glad.
Exactly. In 2 episodes. That's how good it is, guys.
A round of applause for that.
Yay.
You know, toxic relationships taught me to be secure. Hey.
So, okay, but the thing is though, but something that you did say is you have been working on it.
Yeah, I've been working on it.
It's a process.
Oh, exactly. Especially if you hit those toxic relationships, right?
Okay.
You got to learn how to love yourself and be secure.
Yeah.
You know, and then also understand that this other person who's going to be in your life isn't going to always be in your life. They're going to have to come back, leave. They have a life.
Yeah.
You know, they have a job. They have relationships outside of you. Parents.
Yeah.
No, they
family.
don't. They're not allowed to.
You're the anxious one. You're the all clingy. You got to breathe them.
No, I will
what are
say
you?
I started off as a secure attachment. I think I started off not having any issues with like letting him do his thing, I do my thing. We have our own life. But I think it's more so the trauma of the relationship that has caused me to be more of like either an anxious attachment or
Disorganized, maybe.
yeah, where it made me feel really insecure in the relationship, where I felt like I needed constant contact 24/7 or I felt like something was wrong or something was off. And I think it's more so that has kind of carried over into, you know, all the other relationships after that. So so it's more so trying to break that pattern and go back to what I used to be like.
Yeah.
Because like when I was young, but when I first started dating, I didn't have any of those issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't have any of those problems.
Yeah.
I didn't care what you did, and you shouldn't care what I do, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But was it avoidant then? Or was it more like you didn't care, they didn't care, but you guys would still come back together and you still were able to express each other how you felt?
We were still a couple. We still do coupley things, and you know,
You were still able to feel like you can be vulnerable with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can still be myself. I can still, you know, we can still talk about normal human things and not have to worry about that. Or he can be around girls and I wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I don't know so much about him, but yeah, I didn't really have any of those issues or concerns. I think it was really just one person. I mean, my dating history is so extensive. It's just 3 people, but okay. So out of the 3, only one of them really made me feel really like clinging and really and kind of move through those different phases of like, okay, I was really clinging because I didn't know where you were or what you did, and I wanted you to respond all the time, to the point where I'm like, okay, well, whatever, I'll just keep you at arm's length so that I don't get hurt either. And I think both of that have carried over into, you know, people I've dated after that relationship, where I either was really clinging in one or one I just didn't care, you know?
Yeah.
So where do you think you are now with your attachment, do you think?
I have no idea because I'm not dating.
We don't know yet. And it's been a minute.
I was like, I have no idea. I have no idea because I'm not dating.
Let's get somebody in here and find out.
I would hope that I would get to a point where I'm back to being in a secure attachment type of relationship or feel that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what that looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of not that you're crazy, but a lot of women say, you know, you're the only one who claimed yourself as crazy.
Hell yeah, I do. 100%, guys.
I don't know. Keep going. Let me see. Let me see.
A lot of women. A lot of men say, oh yeah, she's crazy. But a lot of women say, hey, you know what? You made me this way. And it's true because
Very valid.
some men, they activate certain parts of you or they give you trauma and then later certain things trigger you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's PTSD and oftentimes, and even sometimes you become desensitized.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. So I do agree with you that can happen and things can shift.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my ex thought I was crazy at one point. 100%. I think
Because he made you crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy made, man.
Yeah. It wasn't crazy born.
I mean, think about it.
I don't know. If you're your mom.
I mean, maybe just crazy born here.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
What about you, Cash? Where do you think you fall within the spectrum?
Yes. So for myself, I would say my first high school boyfriend, no problem.
Yeah.
Very secure. I never had any issues. My second boyfriend, very secure, never had any issues except for with his ex, because when he and I got together, he just freshly got out of a relationship and he would always still go and hang out with her.
Okay.
I mean, not one-on-one,
Okay.
but with friends, because they had the same
Group of
crowd.
friends.
And that was how I learned how to feel insecure, because at first I just thought, wait a minute, that I don't think that sits right with me.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's the start of my anxious attachment is when I experienced that. But then even after all that got cleared up, everything was healthy. He was very healthy, good to me.
Okay.
I was very healthy with him and good to him, and it was a good relationship.
But are you sure you didn't have any like lingering feelings from that relationship?
No. It was very healthy. It was so
After?
No, it was so healthy that I got bored.
Okay.
right.
So you want something wild.
But again,
And you're calling us
This
crazy.
is the bad boy phase.
I
feel like that's crazy too. Okay.
No, but I wasn't bored. I wasn't bored because it was so healthy. I was bored again. I said this before. I was bored because all he did was fish.
Okay.
So I just got bored of fishing.
Okay.
Because I was like, but then I was avoidant. You're right, because I wanted to be with him all the time, that I couldn't go and have my own life. I just was like, okay, well, I want to do things with you. If all you want to do is fish, then I'm not really interested.
Wait, is there something wrong with that? If you want to spend time with him all the time?
What do you mean? Like I'm
I
I'm
guess
not the expert.
I don't know. No. I was like, what are you talking about? Tell me, therapist. Tell me,
We want your
therapist.
opinion.
Tell me how it is. I don't know. No, this is just a general question. I mean, is there something so wrong with wanting to spend the majority of your time with your significant other?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean,
Why?
that comes into the codependency part, right? I think
Why?
like where you
I'm asking real questions. Okay,
when you're breathing them and they feel like they can't walk away without you skinning them alive.
No, I mean, it wouldn't be like that.
Not that extreme, right?
No, let's just say we both really enjoy each other.
Yeah, that's unhealthy.
But I mean, you like fishing. He'll be fishing. You guys.
I mean, I wouldn't
Just fish all day.
I wouldn't use
Fish all day.
I wouldn't use fishing as an example.
golfing.
But
Let's pretend
I feel like you
golfing.
have no identity at that point.
Yeah,
you know,
like-
if all you do is mesh with this other person.
Okay, let's use a different example. Okay, what if he golfs all the time, but I also golf with him?
And you guys are just the golfing couple. You only golf all the time.
Yeah.
That's cool. But if you have friends that say, hey, let's go golfing on this, golfing tournament. And then he's like, yeah, I'll go. And you guys love golfing. That's cool. You can come back and talk about golf. Great, that's healthy. But if you're like, I can't leave without my husband and to play golf with my girlfriends. I need him by my side to watch me play golf.
We need to play golf together.
We need to play golf together. I think that's gonna be a little bit.
Okay, what if it's like okay.
Go on.
I'm making excuses for myself. I'm just kidding.
crazy?
Okay.
Someone's crazy.
No, I'm asking real questions, okay? There's gonna be girls out there be like, well, what if I just like being with him? Okay. So what if he likes golfing, but I don't necessarily, I mean, I do like golfing, but let's just say he likes golfing, but I don't necessarily like golfing, but I don't mind going with him to go golf because
be with him.
Yeah, to be with him. Is that a problem?
You are the problem. You need to have an identity in life.
So here's the thing.
My relationship is my identity.
Oh my God, you are a girl.
Maybe
scary.
Maybe you're
That is why
too
you would.
extreme.
That is why when you guys break up, you will have no sense of
Yes.
identity. You won't know who you are, and you're gonna feel so lost. And then you get into these really toxic relationships because you're like, who am I?
Or you stay in the relationship for forever.
Yeah, you stay in the relationship forever. I mean,
No,
if
but
he's
that-
okay with you doing that, right?
But that is a really valid point, right? If somebody their identity is the relationship, maybe sometimes that's why they avoid relationships, because they're afraid to get lost, and they know that about themselves subconsciously, right?
Yeah.
I think that I could identify with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like you, Ma, when I'm with someone, I want to do everything with them because I'm so in love and I genuinely enjoy doing everything with them. However, as I've gotten older, I've realized, no, there needs to be balance.
Yeah.
You have to do your own things. You need to spend time with your own friends. You need your own hobbies. You need space. He needs to go be with his boys. There needs to be independence because that creates balance. And even if you both love doing the same things, like if you both only love to go camping all the time, every weekend, all day, all night, hiking, camping, it can become toxic because you're always together. And even if you enjoy it and you just happen to enjoy the same things, it can create a dynamic that is just unhealthy because what happens if you do break up? You will not have your own identity.
It'd be a true crime.
Yeah. Oh my God, you were thinking exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, he's going anywhere.
Exactly.
We were hiking and then
If I can't
that's
have
kinda
him,
scary.
no one can.
Oh my God, I can't believe you were thinking exactly what I was thinking. I literally was thinking that too.
That's
It's
kinda
getting
scary.
creepy. That's why. Because it's getting
Right.
creepy.
Right. Hiking trip, someone never came back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
No, I was asking because there are those relationships where they say that they genuinely like spending time with each other, like literally all the time.
I don't know. I think this is a general statement.
I mean, I've never gotten to that level with any of my relationships where we spent time together all the time. But I'm just asking because I admire those relationships.
you want a relationship.
Yeah, I want him attached to my hip.
Yeah. So you guys.
I say that right now, right? And then he's attached to my hip. I'm like, can you just like go away?
You guys would be
depends.
the centipede, the human centipede.
Oh my God.
I think it depends. I think that if he starts to annoy you, you would be like, go away. I thought I wanted this, but I don't. But if you continue to be infatuated by him, you might actually
It doesn't
love it.
last long.
Yeah.
It doesn't last
but
long.
the thing
Infatuation
is-
dies.
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
Yeah.
I think infatuation stays alive when they push you away. When they make themselves more unavailable, we want them more. Sometimes it can be
Of course, because that's where the fight or flight and the anxious and the avoidant comes into play.
It attracts. And didn't they say somewhere, I read somewhere, narcissistic personalities, they tend to gravitate towards a certain type. I forgot which type.
The
but
anxious type. Yeah.
anxious type.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because the anxious type is going to give them the attention they want. As a narcissist, right? You're going to want that attention. You're going to want that type of devotion, right? So
Maybe I'm
That's
setting
real
a target on my head right now.
yeah, stay with the empathetic and the anxious
Yeah.
type, right? And the
Yeah.
one where you're always like, oh my God, I'm so afraid you're going to leave me. You're going to leave me. And that's why they can abuse you.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to do with you.
Yeah. I think also I think that's why sometimes people, myself or other people, might identify with the fact that they're afraid to care or fall in love with somebody because they know they're going to get attached or they're going to feel anxious.
Well, I think normally we are going to get like attached, right? I mean, that's just human nature. We're made for that, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just like, I think the question is like, are we going to be able to detach ourselves or give ourselves enough room for each other's growth?
Yeah.
And still appreciate each other enough and
Yeah.
still being involved and connected through each other's growth, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where it's healthy and that's where it's secure. Right. Not where I'm clinging onto you and holding onto you day by day. We go to work together. We eat together. we live
that's
together.
a
We
little bit
breathe
too much.
together.
Come visit me for lunch. 45 minutes.
Like,
Nah, that's too much.
Yeah. Like go to use the bathroom together. Like, come on. Like,
Okay, that's a little bit dramatic.
when am I going to get space? When am I going to get
That's
But
a little
hey,
dramatic.
toddler, little kids, they follow you everywhere. You're just get off me.
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so cute though, especially when they stick their little hands underneath the door. That's the cutest thing
But
ever.
just think of an adult doing that.
Okay.
With that, I mean, it's cute with a kid, but as an adult,
No.
But what if you go to sleep at night and somebody always wants to hold you? Is that sweet? Like they're like,
no.
like they want to make sure you're still there.
Yeah, I mean, it's sweet, but
Sweet.
I think that's sweet.
yeah,
Unless you're hot and you're like, oh my God,
I
get
don't
off
care.
me.
yeah, yeah. I get really warm at night.
I
Like
don't
I can
care.
get cold and warm, and then when I'm really warm, I'm just like, you can feel me if I'm there, but I'm there, so now leave me alone. Like,
So take your hand off me
Yeah,
now
take
because
your
I'm
hand-
sweating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm definitely if I'm sleeping next to you, I need to be touching you.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What if your man always wants you to sleep on their shoulders?
I don't think I don't think any man ever wants that.
Possible. First of all, if they're bony shoulders, hell, it's gonna hurt.
No, because
It's happened to me.
their arm is gonna fall asleep.
I know, but that's what I've said. Like, am I putting your arm to sleep? And they're like, no, don't worry about it.
Okay, sometimes I have a big head. Okay, some people have big heads, and
Some people have big shoulders.
That arm is gonna like fall asleep.
I've dated people where they're really big and they have big shoulders.
Yeah.
But I'm always afraid of numbing their, causing their shoulder to go to sleep.
Oh, I'm not afraid. If you're gonna ask me to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, right now my significant other, he likes it when I cuddle and and like the arm thing, but that's like the beginning of us sleeping.
Later, you're like,
and then later I want to move and find my spot. Like I can't sleep like that because the jaw starts to hurt. And it just you need to breathe. And after
I think all sleeping positions starts out like that, right? But for me, if I'm sleeping next to my significant other, even if we start out like that, let's say we move around, I still have to be touching him sometime, like throughout the night. So sometimes my leg would be like this. Like I don't know why. I just have to be touching him.
Yeah, okay. Have to make sure that he's there.
See,
no, I don't know.
He hasn't creeped away. He hasn't in the middle of the night.
No, it's not the same. It's like I think it's the human
connection.
The human
Okay.
touch.
Are you sure you don't want to start setting alarms so people aren't leaving without your permission?
No, no.
Booby traps.
No. No, I think
I told you not to leave in the middle of the night.
I think it's like a combination of like the warmth and the human touch. Yeah.
Okay.
So
wait. Finish your thing because I jumped in and asked a dumbass question.
Oh, what thing?
You said you started off and you talked about your
Anxious attachment?
with your second boyfriend and then you didn't finish.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You said you were
like
secure.
what type of
Oh yeah.
And then what type are you?
So I was healthy. I was healthy until I was not. But I similarly to you, I have had people come into my life where I did date a narcissistic person, and he did turn me completely unhealthy, and it was horrible. It was horrible, and I'm trying to undo all that damage.
Yeah.
And that might have to require therapy.
So do you guys ever think that you guys ever dated a man who had kind of mommy issues or daddy issues that kind of creeps up? If you guys were able to identify?
I have.
Oh,
Okay, so
like...
I can't say who, but I have been with someone who completely just ghosted me,
Yeah.
and that was really painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he completely ghosted you. Like
Just,
one day
we were in
bye?
a full blown relationship, and then just suddenly,
Dang.
withdrew.
He just like disappeared.
kind of just disappeared.
Did he block you? Did you know if you like wrote to him or
no? He didn't block me. Like
Just didn't answer you back?
just
Never
disappeared.
reached out. Wow. Yeah.
And we had one conversation because I wanted to get clarity. I was like, wait, what's going on? And it was just kind of like, okay, sorry, bye.
Was it one of those situations where you thought you were in a relationship and he wasn't?
No, it was a relationship.
Okay, so you guys declared you guys were in a relationship.
Yeah, I was introduced to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what was his explanation? Was it moving too fast? Was it like too much or overwhelming?
Can't give me what I want.
Okay, so he's
Kind of just
Okay, that's not a real reason, but okay.
Yeah.
We'll accept that.
that
one
sounds
for
like
now.
an avoidant for sure. Yeah.
We'll accept that reason for now.
and then just kind of by, so that hurt a lot. But and I just thought, oh my gosh, was everything a lie? Like I couldn't figure it out. I was like, was it all fake?
Yeah.
But it wasn't, because he was such a good friend.
Yeah.
And such a good friend. So even before we got, serious. So it was just very confusing. But then I just.
So he was a friend first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just had to heal on my own.
Yeah.
And have closure on my own. And I just have to figure. I just had to close the door and be like, okay, he is going through something, and I'm not going to take it personal.
Yeah. That sounds like classic avoidant. Yeah. Like what I've learned about avoidance. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like once it gets a little too serious, or it gets to a part where they feel like, oh, this is what they've always really wanted, but they're too scared to grasp it or embrace it, then they step fully away from it. Like they ghost you or they disappear, and that's what an avoidant does, is because they're just too scared to move forward.
Yeah. Has he reached back out to you before? after that?
Yeah, we're cool.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're cool.
The ghost
Wait, so
reappeared.
he ghosted you and you're cool now?
I mean, yeah,
He came back
we're
from the
cool.
grave.
Well, because
All right.
we were always friends.
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
So again,
Well, if you guys were friends, why wouldn't he do you the common courtesy of explaining you? Instead of
I don't
ghosting?
know.
I don't think that's what a
classic
friend does.
avoidant, right? Because
I don't know.
What they do is they're your friend, they warm up, and then once they get to this cusp where they feel very uncomfortable, then they back off, and that's them being skittish, and that's normal. That's like a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, we're friendly, but
Yeah.
of course, like there's boundaries because I'm not looking for unhealthy
Dynamics,
traits
push
and
and
dynamics.
pull.
Yeah, I don't want that.
It'll turn into you chasing, or
Yeah.
it'll turn into anxiety because once he pulls back again, you're going to feel anxious again.
But sometimes you just can't get the closure you're looking for, and you
Yeah.
kind of have to figure it out on your own. But how about you guys? Have you ever dated somebody who was a type?
Yeah. I mean, like the people pleaser part.
You dated one?
Well, I think I've dated several. I think most of my exes are people pleasers.
Really?
Yeah, because they didn't have
Men.
any sense of boundaries. They didn't have
Really?
any sense of, they didn't have any sense of like,
Did you cross those boundaries?
did I cross those boundaries?
Where you're like, uh-huh.
What do you
did you
mean?
cross those-
They had no boundaries.
I know.
He had no boundaries, so he allowed other people to come into our relationship. And of course, there's the cheating and the I'm like loyal to this person. Who is the ex? Like, come on, you're loyal to them, and you guys already broke up, but you're still
cheated on you?
Well, I mean, they cheated on me, but like. Their excuse was I have to still be loyal to. There's just gaslighting, right? It's like really just I have to be loyal to them because I promised. We made a promise when we were together a long time ago that I will be there for them no matter what. And so like even though I'm in a relationship with you, I'm still gonna have to be loyal to them.
Okay,
hate
so
that.
she jumps off the cliff, you can jump off with her?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope you
yeah.
do. I hope you better. Or
Okay.
I'm pushing you off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like crazy talk like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't even make sense. Like, I mean, it's done. Your relationship is done. I understand if you guys
I'm
were
gonna be like, let's test this loyalty of yours.
yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Let's
What about
test
my
it.
loyalty?
Yes.
And your loyalty.
Because you're off the cliff.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Now go.
It's
Now
like things
go.
like that. So I would say that I would put them in the people pleaser category, probably the mommy or daddy issues too, because they did come from like a family that was very like tumultuous, mom and dad always had a lot of DV. So there's a lot of mental health issues in the family. So I think that basically it was just a very toxic environment and toxic relationship that he brought
Okay.
as well. So
Okay.
definitely choosing your partner is the most correct thing that people have ever said. Is like you have to be wise about who you choose as your partner.
Yeah.
And
if you're choosing bad partners, see your pattern.
yeah. I
Catch
mean,
your
like,
pattern.
I mean, the first thing to recognize is of what is that attachment coming from. So if you're starting to be getting really anxious about a partner, maybe checking in with yourself first to see if this is something that's valid, right? Or is it definitely there is behaviors that are causing you to react this way, right?
Okay.
So those are the way you could decipher if
Yeah.
it's a you problem,
Yeah.
or if it's a them problem.
Yeah.
And once you figure out if it's maybe a them problem, then you just know that the next steps are either we like go to counseling and work through this, and you let him know what's going on, or they know what's going on, or you just be like, I'm done, I'm ending it.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm the secure person, and it's really you who have the issues.
Yeah, it's always a them problem.
How about you, Mom?
Never a mom problem.
Yeah,
Always a them problem.
it's never a mom problem. It's always a them problem, okay? Not me. Not me, okay?
So you guys, ladies, what I have learned is that I am not my triggers, right? Like you said,
Are you going to remember that?
I tell myself that every day.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I'll remind you.
I have to remind myself to remind myself. It's too much work, really. But I think that's why I want therapy, because it'll help me work through these things, and realize that I am not the behaviors. I am not the triggers. I'm not the emotions that I'm experiencing, right? And also, I'm a believer that being self-aware is is a positive and attractive thing. And when I'm with a man or I'm dating a man and he is self-aware,
Yeah.
I find that attractive.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
know? Yeah. But yes, well, we'll just wrap it up here. And I hope that you have found this somewhat revealing, entertaining. You can relate to bits and pieces of it.
Deep talks.
Yeah, please put your comment below because we want to hear what your stories are. What do you identify with? Anything familiar to you? Have you dated a certain type? Are you a certain type? Share your thoughts because we love reading your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if you know somebody who might relate to it or enjoy it. Thank you so much. Hit the bell button for notifications. We will see you next time.
Bye.